Hello, everybody. Welcome to an impromptu segment of Mamas in Miami, where we are going to be touching up on all new things coming Disney related. I woke up this morning, checked my Instagram, and was flooded with all the new Disney information that came out of the Disney 23 Expo. My family and I are huge Disney fans, and there's so much happening. That we have to look forward to with the kids and in the movie theaters, in the parks. The first person I wanted to share everything with this morning was actually my mom. So I decided to wake her up and tell her that she's going to be live for the first time on Mamas in Miami this morning to share all this news with her. She's the biggest Mickey fan I've ever met, and I think I got it from her. So bear with me. She just joined the room, and we're going to invite her in.
Are you there?
I'm here.
How are you?
Okay, Mom.
Do you have some incredible news for me?
I do. I do.
Okay.
You know how I'm obsessed with the Disney 23 Expo, that big conference that they do releasing all the Disney information
Yeah.
that I've always wanted to go to.
Yeah.
Well, this morning my Instagram went bing, 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 bing with so many things that are happening Disney
Really?
that the first person I thought, okay, Mimi's the first one to know.
Tell me. I
Are you
can't
ready?
wait. I
Okay.
can't wait.
Is your bag already packed?
Hold on. Hold on. Because you know that I'm always ready. So this bag has been with me, as you know, for years and years. And when I get back from there you go. There you go. I taught you well. So as you know, when I get back from the trip, I clean out the bag and then I refill it again with the essentials. Poncho. Our
Ponchos.
poncho for sure, because we've been caught in the rain many, many times. Our water bottle.
Uh-huh.
My thing for my phone hanging from my bag.
That mini is actually a Nokia phone holder from the early 2000s. So it's just there as a
I
keychain now.
know, but I can't part with it. Just like the talking Mickey that is a relic. It's a relic. So
I think you gave that to Carlos because I don't have it.
yeah. And of course, for the essentials and our pin collection, which
Adriana
is
has that in her room.
exactly. So yeah, I'm ready. Tell me.
Yeah, but
Tell me.
look, I one-upped you and I keep all my mini ears in my bag. You see, I think the last time we went, we had COVID going on because I still have masks.
Yeah.
I have the bottle of Tide that we always take with us in the room because one of the kids is always dirty. And then fun facts for everybody. I buy one set. This was provided by my amazing sister-in-law, Tia P, Maite, because I refuse to buy these things for the kids, as my mom knows. So what I do is I only have them in the bag for when they ask for them every year, and then I slide them back in, and they forget that they think it's a new one every year.
Well, I could have gone to the pantry now and brought out the popcorn bin
Yeah.
that we also bring with us. So
Oh
that
my
they can,
God, Mom, for
yeah,
sure, this bag has gone bad. I gotta throw this away.
yeah, no,
Our
I
snacks.
clean it out. I
I
clean
don't
it
know
out
where
when I
that's
come
from.
back. And of course, this is just the backpack that I carry, but you know that I have pajamas that I take that are Mickey pajamas, all of our, if it's cold, our sweatshirts. We have through the years, I
Our
know, through the
wristbands.
years, we've accumulated all of our gear. So when we're ready to go, we just open that drawer and everything is
Yeah,
there.
but Mom, tell everybody how the funny thing is that every time we leave Disney, we're like, we're not going again. This was ridiculous. The lines, the costs. And then we hear all this information and we want to go back.
Let me tell you, the last trip was a little bit rough, but with everything that I know is coming, we're going to have to bite the bullet. It's
I
just
know.
that with this heat, it's impossible. We
It's
have to
impossible.
wait for the
It's
weather to get
impossible.
better.
Hello, everybody joining for the first time. We're doing an impromptu session with my mom, Mimi. We're going to call it Mimi's Mickey Magic because there's no greater Mickey fan than my mom. But I think the bigger Mickey fan really in hiding is my dad. My dad, when he was a child, he told my grandmother that he wanted to come back as a Disney bathroom tile to live at the Magic Kingdom for the rest of his life.
You know, it's incredible because I never thought that I would be able to share my Disney, fanatism or whatever. And your father, I think he's a bigger fan
He
than,
is.
than I. So
He is.
whenever I would say it's time to take the kids to Disney, it was like he was the first one
He
packing
is.
or getting the car ready. And it's always been, we're a big Disney
We
family for sure.
are. We spent all of your anniversaries at Magic Kingdom. All of
Yeah.
them.
And a couple of New
And
Year's that were
a
fun
couple of
too.
New Year's.
Yeah.
My grandmother always came with us. My dad's mom always came with us. And then my grandma who passed away, but she was like, she lived life YOLO. I mean, mom tells me the stories of when she used to say, okay, we're going to Disney. And she used to pack up her station wagon and put everybody in matching polo shirts so she can keep an eye on them. And she would take a truckload to Disney. Right, mom?
Always, always. I
Well,
I have the fondest memories of Disney, through my childhood and my teenage years and everything. And my mom was a huge Disney fanatic. She was the first one with all the gear, and
mhm.
that's, I think, obviously that's where I got it from, and I think that that's where you get it
Yeah,
from
it's
too.
really bad. I mean, you guys, I am such a nerd. If anybody ever wants to get me a present, I'm a size one fits all Disney Expo member to be someday. And I'll get the Golden Duo Pass, which is $129.99. So that mom and I can go to these expos and report back to you because it's 3 days of convention where they give all the information of what's to come. So
Incredible.
that's why my Instagram was pinging like crazy because I guess since I follow all this stuff, the algorithm follows me. Mom, let me
Right.
tell you, let me get into everything that's coming out. So a slew of movies. The live action of Mufasa, which is coming now for Thanksgiving. And it turns out Mufasa and Scar aren't biological brothers from what I'm seeing in the trailer.
I saw the trailer. It's amazing.
It looks great. Followed by Snow White in live action. And Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman, is the Wicked Witch for Snow White.
Oh,
I'm not very familiar with the girl that plays Snow White, but it looks fantastic.
for when
So,
when is that coming out?
well, unfortunately, so I have it all written down real quickly. That's coming out next year. Let me go in
Okay.
order. I'm mistaken. What's coming out for Thanksgiving is Moana Part 2, animated.
Yeah.
And she has a little sister. Mom,
Adri
she's
told me about that.
so
I
cute.
know.
You're gonna die.
We have to go. Adri told me about that.
Yeah. So Moana's coming for Thanksgiving, you guys. And then for December, for Christmas, the movie that's coming out is Mufasa Live. Okay. Then for next year, the lineup is fantastic. Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan made a surprise appearance at the expo announcing that they're doing Freaky Friday Part 2. And it's going to be called Freakier Friday.
Oh my goodness. I can't
And
wait.
Adri, your grandchild, my daughter, she's obsessed with Lindsay Lohan from the Parent Trap
No.
movies, which is the movie we played at a movie theater for her 10th birthday this year. So that she's super excited about that one. Then the one that my son Danny is super excited about is Lilo and Stitch live action. And the voice of Stitch is Zach Galifianakis.
Wow.
We love him from The Hangover.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's going to be one we're looking forward to. Like I mentioned, Snow White, then Tron for whoever's a fan of it. I'm a super fan of this one that's coming, Zootopia Part 2.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love Zootopia and I love Jason Bateman as Mr. Fox. I forgot his
Oh yeah.
it'll come to me now.
Yeah.
So that one's coming, and then there's a new Pixar movie coming out, Elio.
Elio.
Yeah, I have no idea what it's about, but there was a little boy on a saucer looking galactic thing with something that looked like almost a caterpillar worm kind of thing. So that one's coming. Then in 2026, we have Moana Live, and the girl who voiced Moana is reprising her role live action, and The Rock is going to be Maui
Oh,
live.
that's
So
amazing. They
that
they
one's going to be
needed to do
cool.
this. They haven't really been doing much. So they needed this.
So that one's coming in 2026. The one I think that you're going to be most excited about, Toy Story 5.
Well, actually, Alex, as you know, obsessed with Toy Story. So yeah, I'm
So
excited for
Alex is
that.
my little brother. He's 6 years my senior. And I think the first Toy Story came out when Alex was little, right, Mom?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. He says that's his number one movie. I think that that's the first Pixar movie that came out and that Alex watched, obviously. And he's a huge Pixar and movie fanatic in
Wasn't
general.
he scared
So
that his toys would come to life at when that thing first came out?
Alex was super into Disney, and I would foster a lot of this imagination, as you know.
That poor kid probably didn't sleep thinking the toys were coming to life. So
Uh,
Toy Story 5, this is what I'm super curious to see. I think they've done a really good job reimagining the storyline. They're going to revolt against electronics, the toys.
I
The
saw.
picture is a little kid sitting on his bed with the covers on his head on an iPad, and the toys are staring at him. Like, why are you on that? Why aren't you playing with me? What up?
That's
They killed
genius.
it. It's perfect.
That's genius. Because
Genius.
on the last one, all these toys went away because she went to college. He went to college.
He went to college and he gave them to Bonnie, the little girl.
Exactly.
So I
Exactly.
always thought, oh, watch it be like somebody's kids. It's the grandparents giving the kids, but no, it's what
This
happens
is
with the electron. It's happening right now in the world. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that comes out.
that's
It's
going to
going
be fun.
to be great. Then they also said 2027, Frozen 3. And it's going to explain how Elsa got her powers.
Oh,
So that one should be really fun. So they've got a great lineup of the lives and of the animated films. And then they finally dropped the information that there is concepts already being created for The Incredibles Part 3.
I saw that, but I don't know if you have this on your list, and I read this, that they're creating a whole section for the villains of
Wait,
Disney. Oh,
look how many notes I have
okay.
for you. Watch.
I'm getting ahead.
I put them in order because there was so much information. The last thing of things on TV and the movie theaters is that Inside Out is going to be coming out with a series for Disney Plus with all the
I
emotions,
love
which you took the kids to see the movie and you said it was amazing.
amazing. I liked the second part even more than the first.
Everybody's saying that.
I
So that's
love
something to look forward to. So those are all the movies. So this year you have everybody, Mufasa and what was the other one I said that was coming out? Moana cartoon, part 2. So there's a lot coming out.
Yeah.
And then that's just in movies. The Disney Cruise Line is getting 4 new ships from the year 2027 to 2031.
No, we gotta make it on one of those.
I think that ship sailed for us, Mom.
I don't know.
Okay. So that's Disney Cruise Lines. Let me get into the parks. There's a lot happening at the parks.
Yeah.
Magic Kingdom, let's start there. The Disney Starlight Nighttime Parade, they're doing a brand new nighttime parade. Do you remember the electrical parade with all the little
My
lights and
favorite.
floats?
My favorite.
I know it's your favorite. So starting next summer, they're creating a new nighttime parade. Then
Oh, but in the summer, oh,
I know who can support summer and Disney.
I gave up on going in the summer because it's too hot.
What would you do with us when it was that hot?
Well, as you know, we would always stay either at the Contemporary or the Polynesian or the Boardwalk so that we could spend the day at the hotel doing other Disney stuff. And then we would go in once the sun would come down and spend
Yeah.
the evening.
Now,
Remember that we would try and get you guys to take naps or whatever so that you would last. And normally the parks close really late in the summer because of that.
but what do you recommend then that people do now? They used to be called it was luxury, modern. They had categories for the rooms, and those rooms have become untouchable,
know.
Mom. Which
I
you
know.
and I haven't stepped foot in one, and I don't know how long.
Well,
I don't think my kids have ever stayed in any of those hotels. The
well,
originals,
yeah.
the Polynesian, the Contemporary, all
And those
those,
were our hotels of choice. I mean, the Floridian, when it first came out, you've become very good at renting these theme homes that you've been doing lately. I think
Oh,
that that's the way to go when, especially if you go with a
yeah.
group.
the best way I have found ever since the kids were what, like 2 and 3, was that, as I've mentioned to you guys before, every time I travel, I try to find a location that has a kitchenette to feed them breakfast. And Disney became my trial spot for this. And I would go as far as to go to the dollar store or Walmart and buy Disney themed plates so that the kids wouldn't know any better. And we would rent these off park rooms with kitchens or off park little apartments. Now everybody knows about these amazing theme homes to go in a big group, and it's way more affordable to stay there, unfortunately, than it is to go and stay in the parks. And I even learned when we had Danny and Adri very little in the double stroller that I got to a point where I was the number one like monorail and bus passenger. But with that double coche, having to put that away and stand in a bus at 10 o'clock at night with 2 sleeping kids, I'd rather have my car parked at the parking lot, no matter how far it is, remove them, stick in the car seat, and you're done.
We've
Because
gone through all of the scenarios because when you guys were teenagers, we never stopped going to Disney as well. You know, and obviously the monorail was the best way. And as you know, we also lived in Orlando for 2 years.
That's right.
And Disney was our backyard. Like it was our
Yeah.
playground.
Yeah.
And
When it
that's
was
why
affordable.
Alex became such a big fan, because Alex was, what, 3 years old or something
Yeah.
like that. So yeah, we've done it all, but the best way with kids with strollers, especially a double stroller, which is how we used to roll with Danny and Adri, it's just parking.
Yep.
We've
Yep.
we've done it all.
And we've rented the strollers too, I should say. And the Disney strollers are fantastic, folks, because they are lightweight. Those wheels are made for those parks. You don't get stuck anywhere. But the problem with the stroller is the end of the night when everybody's asleep. How do you get those kids from point A to point B if you have to return the stroller right before you walk out of the park? That's when you need it the most.
We've done it.
I know.
We've done it all.
We've done it all. Mom and I are going to come back, really plan this out, and give you guys our tips and tricks for Disney trips. I think we've gotten really good at not hacking it. I don't want to say hacking it. That's the inappropriate word. I want to say just
Preparing.
knowing what, preparing, being smart about how we go about things, packing extra portable chargers to have our apps handy these
You're
days.
good at that.
You know, yeah, I know all the portable charger recharging stations now at the parks. My mom actually knows every baby center at the you tell her which park you're at and she'll tell you where the baby center is.
I used to live
because I think
in there.
and it used to be so good. My mom said that they used to even have like Gerber would sponsor it and the food was already there, everything.
They would heat it up for you. Nursing rooms for moms that would nurse. Yeah, I mean, it's incredible.
We're gonna save all of that for another podcast, Mom. And that's why we're naming this Mimi's Mickey Magic, because who better than Mimi to guide everybody? Because you've been going to the parks for years.
Well, I have a picture of my very first trip, the year that Disney opened. I believe it was 76. Yeah. So with my autograph book, trying to get autographs from all the characters. But one of the things that we can't forget to mention is our famous stop that we get all our gear at.
So yes, this is the ultimate Disney tip from Mimi's Mickey Magic. Go ahead, Mimi, tell her where we stop.
At the Walmart Supercenter is where we stop right before, I think it's, where is it at? Reedy Creek?
So I will find you guys the address and I will mark it in our stories. I am wearing right now, and Mimi's wearing right now, 2 of our Walmart finds. They're at that Walmart store. These are a quarter of the price, my friends.
Yeah.
I have ears galore. Every time we go, we get a new set of ears because we actually buy them at this Walmart center.
We get them with themes too. Christmas, Easter, like, it's amazing.
Here's another Walmart one. Oh, yeah. This was a Walmart one. This one's fantastic. You could tell the difference in the Walmart ones because the ears are just here. Here's an actual Mickey one, and here's a Walmart one. You could see that there's a difference in the ear size, but who cares? Who cares? So yeah, so mom and I, every time we go to the Walmart, we get our milk and our eggs and everything for breakfast. We'll get a new Mickey shirt to add to our growing collection. Last time Adri got a pair of Mickey leggings. You got the leggings too.
I did too. They
Yeah,
were great.
yeah. And we always
No, they
go,
weren't leggings. They were sweatpants. Because
yeah, because it was,
we always go in the winter.
you're right, you're right. But Adri's were leggings.
Yeah.
Another hack, which I'll just tell you guys now, every holiday we go every year for my parents' anniversary, December 4th. As you guys know, way back when the Hollywood Studios was called the MGM Studios, there was the Osborne Christmas family lights. That was my parents' favorite thing to do. Do you guys remember the original necklaces that were light bulbs that would flash? Well, I think they would sell those for $20. And my kids are always like, I want, until I found out that every Christmas the dollar store sells them. So now I buy for everybody, put it on them that day, and they don't know where it came from.
No, and we started decorating the stroller with that at one point.
Yeah,
Because we had so many leftovers from other years that we would just light up the stroller.
Exactly. We would light up the stroller. Another great hack for you guys. I use the dollar store and Walmart for everything. Last hack, I promise, because we need to save information for our next hack. But the other thing I did when Adriana turned 4 at the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, I found the princess outfit that she wanted at JCPenney for a fraction of the price. She wanted to be Jasmine. All of my daughter's princess dresses, except for one that my grandmother bought her, they were all from JCPenney because they're so much cheaper. So she walked into Magic Kingdom already dressed like the princess, and all I had to do was pay for the hair. Remember, Mom?
Oh, yeah. I wasn't at that trip, but
you weren't
yes.
on that one, but yes.
Yes.
So we're going to save the hacks for another podcast.
Yes.
Let me go through what's happening in the parks. So we mentioned the parade. It's going to come out summer 2025. My mom kind of touched up on Villains Land. It's going to have 2 attractions and dining. And Mom, I don't know if you know this. I knew this. People have always been advocating for Villains Land. And I had once watched a documentary that it was touched up upon, but people would think it was scary and that the Haunted Mansion was enough. So rumors started in 1991 that people started advocating for a Villains Land. And that's why everybody's so excited that it's finally coming. And that's going to go in Fantasyland, which they've just had a huge expansion. I don't know where they're going to stick it.
Well, I don't know if they've done anything with that whole area of the submarine. So I don't know. I haven't been in that area in so long.
Yeah.
I mean, lately when we've gone to either Epcot or we've gone to the studios.
You're right.
So
maybe that's.
Although I
always thought that they should do a Finding Nemo there.
I know. They need to revamp the Magic Kingdom.
Well,
they've been saying
a lot. A Frontierland, which I hope that they don't tear down now Thunder Mountain. I hope they keep it on.
They can't.
They are adding to Frontierland a Cars World with 2 attractions, one being a side-by-side scenic ride on the cars.
I saw that.
So that's going to be super great. Obviously, we know Splash Mountain has been turned into Tiana's Bayou. Say what you may. I mean, for us, it's always going to be Splash Mountain, right? Then the New Country Bears has been revamped. They're singing Disney songs now. Okay. So that one's already opened. Something my dad's going to be really upset about in Epcot, they're closing Test Track again because they're redoing it 3.0. So don't plan on that. That's always a bummer when you get there and Test Track is closed. Oh, back to Magic Kingdom. Pirates of the Caribbean is going to get a tavern in 2025. So I don't know if that means that they're going to be serving more alcohol there or if it's going to be food because they did not specify.
Interesting.
And again, well, it's Hollywood Studios, but I call it MGM. This one's going to be great. The first ever suspended roller coaster in Disney parks, and it's going to be Monsters, Inc. themed. And the picture was the doors when they're flying, and you're watching them fly through the doors. That's going to be a big one. But I think the park that's getting the biggest revamp, and I'm going to change my ears because I'm super excited that Animal Kingdom is getting this revamp.
Oh, you love that park.
I love that park, and you hate it.
I don't hate it. It's just that it's all the attractions are so far apart, and when we've gone, it's been hot. I mean, I have to go back in the winter.
Okay,
Um,
well, you're gonna have to when this is over because they are redoing everything. We're gonna say goodbye to Dino Land, that dinosaur land, which really didn't have a lot. They are turning it into the tropical Americas of Animal Kingdom. And they are gonna put an Encanto themed casita ride, which
that'd be super
good
cute.
job, Lin Manuel Miranda. I'm
Oh
sure it's going
yeah,
to be some sort of sing along and it's going to be fantastic. They are also going to put, which I'm sad about it because I love It's Tough to Be a Bug. I remember when you guys took us when Animal Kingdom opened and it's the 3D, but
yeah.
they are revamping that ride and it's going to be Zootopia, better Zoogether. So it's going to be
I like that.
a 3D ride with Zootopia. They are also, and I don't know what this means for Hollywood studios, but they're putting a new Indiana Jones adventure in Animal Kingdom, which is probably more fitting there than it is
Yeah,
in Hollywood studios.
it's always been there anyway. Oh no, you're right.
No,
It's
it's
been in the.
Magic Kingdom.
Oh, you're
So,
right.
so
Hmm.
Animal Kingdom's going to have a huge revamp. It was needed. It was time.
Well, the
Um,
Magic Kingdom needs it.
I think they all need it, to be
Yeah.
honest. In California, I mean, we've never been, but I'm kind of jealous. They're gonna get a go-go ride.
I love that.
Hello, Elia Rosa Peral. How are you? Um, Elia saying hello.
Hi,
Um,
Elia. She's a Disney fanatic too.
yes, she is. Um, I mean, hello to everybody, but Elia's a friend of my mom's. That's why I just said it. So yes, so Disney California Adventure's getting a go-go ride. Disneyland, they're celebrating their 70th anniversary at Disneyland, and they are doing an animatronic of Walt Disney talking, which I wish we had because you and I are such Walt Disney fans. So they're recreating him in an animatronic form. And he's going to do a magical life Walt Disney, and it's going to alternate with the Mr. Lincoln's greatest moments at the Opera House in their main street. So
Wow.
that one's going to be super special. I kind of wish that they would do that in all the parks, but I understand it's for their 70th anniversary.
But that is very
Yeah,
special and very deserved.
very deserved. So the other big thing that's coming to California is that they are increasing the Avengers campus that they have 2 times its size. They're going to have an Avengers Infinity Defense campus ride, and it visits Asgard from Thor, Wakanda from Black Panther, and New York City, I guess, for the Stark Lab. That one's going to
Wow.
be amazing. And they're going to do a roller coaster like thing, it looks like, called Stark's Flight Lab. And that's all coinciding with Robert Downey Jr. announcing that he's back in the Marvel movies as Doctor Doom, which
Wow.
my son Danny is super excited
Yeah.
about. And then the last thing that they said was, oh, in California, they're also doing an Avatar Land, and they're doing a Tiana's Bayou Adventure, but I don't think it's like Splash Mountain. And
Got
then
it.
Disneyland Paris, which I've been to, and it really needs work and help. They're adding a Lion King ride.
Wow.
So they're
So they're
doing
doing a
a
lot.
lot.
It was needed. Do you know that if in the Disney Channel they have some kind of a special on all of this, on all of these updates?
You know what, Mom? I wish that they had a channel dedicated to the expo because people that are Disney fans like you and I would love to, chime in on these and hear what's happening. It's a big convention and they invite all the stars of all the movies and all of anybody who's Disney connected. You know that John Stamos is a huge fan. He opened the expo singing "A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Would
Oh,
Makes."
I
So
would have wanted to. I'm sure later on, maybe they'll put little excerpts in YouTube.
yes, but for now you could find everything on Instagram, which is how I
Oh,
have found all this information.
on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay. I would have hoped that maybe on the Disney Channel they would have mentioned something, but
So
they.
Disney Plus right now has a really great Netflix like documentary, not Netflix because they're Hulu. They have a documentary on the revamping of Epcot,
I saw that.
which, as you know, it stands for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow, which my dad taught me, and it's because they wanted to always keep up with the times at Epcot. So I'm sure that this is going to probably provoke
I
more
hope.
series like that, or we hope so, because there's a lot in the pipeline for Disney.
Very exciting. Well, I'm ready. My bag is ready, and let's just wait for the weather to cool down a little bit. But in October, I think it's time to go back.
Well, a lot of this stuff is just starting production, so we might want to just start a little piggy bank to go back, because a lot of this is starting to be set in motion. So, I mean, typically what these things take a couple years, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But at least we could go back and see where it's going to be at.
Start staking our claim.
Exactly.
Which ride are you most excited to see, Mom?
I think that I'm very well, as far as the movies, I can't wait for Moana. I think that that's going to be amazing.
The live Moana or the part 2 Moana?
The part 2 Moana.
Oh, okay, that's this Thanksgiving.
The part 2 Moana.
Yeah.
And then I'm also excited for Snow White. That's one of the classics.
Me too.
Snow White, I can't wait. That's a classic.
It looks great too. I know. And the Lilo and Stitch I'm really excited about because I'm a huge fan of Galifianakis.
Oh yeah.
So that one's gonna be good. But in terms of the rides, which one will you ride, Mom?
Oh, I don't know, because you know that lately I'm with my motion sickness. I used to ride everything, and lately it's become difficult for me. But I'll try it. We'll see.
Okay. You have to go on the suspended coaster in the Monsters Inc. one.
I don't know.
Or we'll just put you on the little boat for the Encantos Casita.
I think that that's a better fit for Mimi right now. Mimi's getting old. Not like, it used to be that I used to get on Thunder Mountain and Space Mountain and all the mountains.
I don't even think I could do that.
I used to with all of you, remember? And thank God I was able to do it with my grandkids too.
Yeah. Well, Mom, that's all we have time for today, but you need to close out our live with telling everybody the last time you rode the Tower of Terror, the last time both of us. Are you okay here? I think she's having a bad dream. The last time we rode Tower of Terror together, because I've never gotten back on. Like that was, and I don't think my brother Alex has ever gotten back on. So this was probably 1997, 1998. And it's the last time we rode Tower of Terror. Tell everybody why, Mom.
Well, Alex was what, 7 years old, probably. You're right. It was in 97, 98. And Alex was just tall enough that he made it, because poor thing, being the youngest, every time that we would ride something, poor Alex would have to stay behind with Dad because you guys were older. So finally he made the cut to get on the what's it called? The Tower of Terror. And he's all excited, and we get in there and he sits, and Alex was very thin. And when they put the bar in, it met the requirements, but once that thing took off, Alex was suspended in air.
He elevated.
I thought that he was going to fly out. Like, it was his face. I think that was something that traumatized him with that ride.
He kept saying, hold me down. Hold me down.
You remember? He sat in between you and me, actually.
Hold me down.
That was a classic. That was a classic. Never again. Never again.
I should also note that I have another brother. He and I are 17 months apart, and he did it once, and he turns green. Like, he has really bad motion sickness. So he already knew he was out, and he wasn't doing it. So it was just Mom and I with Alex. And I think that that's the last day a Musibay ever rode the Tower of Terror again.
Yes. Well, to this day, he tells you that he almost died because he was going to fly. He kept asking us to hold him down, and we did. We were both like, oh my God, how could this even be possible? And then we thought, Disney being so careful, and with safety requirements and this and that, even to this day, we just went with him.
Yeah.
Was it last year when Adri had her show?
Singing competition at the show choir,
we went on the Horizons?
No, it wasn't Horizons.
The one that flies, that they put the thing down, that flies.
Remind me where we were, because Horizons closed. That's the
in
one.
Epcot. We were in Epcot, and the one that takes you through California.
Oh,
And
Soren.
Soren.
That's right.
And,
He did say something.
and when they put the thing down, he looks at me and he looks at you and he goes, I think I'm big enough now and I'm not going to fly out. But all those things after that would freak
Traumatized
them
him.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
It traumatized me.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
when we've gone with the kids, I make sure that they can't go
That they're
under.
trapped in. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Tower of
Well,
Terror.
Tower of Terror, that's it. We retired that in before the millennium.
Oh, yeah. Alex was 7.
Well,
We have some good
we have
stories.
some good stories, and we're gonna bring Mimi back. She's gonna be in charge now of all things Disney related. With Mimi's Magic Corner here at Mama's in Miami, I'm gonna have her come in when we come. We're not gonna tell anybody. We're gonna book a trip to Disney, and then she will pack for us, and she will show you exactly how we pack for it. Um, I also encourage Mimi to invite her abuela friends because I am dying to do a segment on Mamas in Miami, abuela extras. Because if it wasn't for the abuelas, we would not be here today. And she's the ultimate mama.
Thank you. I want to tell you how proud I am publicly for doing this and for putting yourself out there like this with all of the stories that you share. I always have to have like a Kleenex box next to me because a lot of the stories with some of your friends, like we talked about the other day, we've lived through it. And at the moment, I think that we all became such warriors to come together and make sure that, that specific person didn't feel that we were scared for them, but we were terrified. And reliving some of these stories has been incredible. So I'm proud of you for doing this because I know that it's going to help a lot of young moms that might be going through different scenarios that you are putting out there. And it like you always say, it takes a village, and it does. And thank God that we're blessed with an incredible village. I'm so grateful.
Yep.
And you girls are just amazing. You know how I feel about your friends and the community that you guys have created to help each other out. I'm incredibly proud of all of you. I love you.
Love you too, Mom. Love you, love you. Don't pull the Kleenex out now,
No,
okay? I'm sure you have a Kleenex box inside your Disney bag, but we're not going to do that right now.
no, no.
Okay. So that's all the time we have for this impromptu. It's a great way to start back to school week, already thinking ahead to your next Disney trip. But
Yes.
at some point this week, we are going to have Lizzie, our co-founder, back on. She is sending her 2-year-old Willie, almost 2-year-old Willie, to school for the first time. We have to support her through this because this is her first drop off ever, and she is a wreck, and she's so sick. She's got the worst cold. So I don't want to put her on the spot. I don't know what day it's going to be. We're going to roll with the punches, but we do want to talk about that first day of school drop off for everybody. I know that my first day of school drop off for little Danny was horrific, but with Adriana, I'm like, bye, Felicia, because you kind of, you enjoy that freedom for a couple hours once you get a taste of it. So we urge everybody to have a great first week back at school. Thank you to our beautiful teachers who are opening their classroom doors for the first time. We could not do it without you guys at all. And we're happy to give them back. So everybody have a great, great Sunday. Keep your sanity intact and your coffee strong and pull out the Mickey ears. Bye.
Thank you.